Hello guys and welcome back to my channel Fast Track Football. Today we are going to play the game FMH. As I said in my first video that I'll be talking about this game. Also make sure you go and like the Facebook page Fast Track Football, and also the Twitter handler at the Fast Track Football. Do follow it. This is actually a paid game, uh, but I've given a freeware application of this in the description link below. If you want to download it, just hit the link below. And so here we will be getting started with this video. And as you could see, there are basically three options in fact four. The new game, resume game, store in preferences. New game is basically to start a new game. Resume game is to continue where you saved your previous progress. Store is where you can restore your purchases, buy new purchases. And preferences, I'll just mention about this in further detail in the game settings as well. So without much ado, let's start. New game. There are basically three options in new game: career, challenge, and my club. In career, you could just start a normal career with preloaded squads. In challenge, you could um, uh, go for a ready-made scenario for you. If you go for a scenario, you could see these batches. Once you are done with this, these badges will be filled. And I'm so sorry. And this is the my club is basically in this mode. You can create your own club, and you can add them into the playable league. So also you can create your new player with different attributes, different position. So I'll just play with career mode because it's pretty good, and it's my personal favorite. Also, I would like to tell you that since this is a free application that I'm giving you, there's a bit problem if you select multiple nations. Um, if you select multiple nations, there won't be any true player data. So I'll just select one England, and I'll just write my name. So you could just select your nationality. I'll just continue with English as the default one, and now it's creating game data. And now further you have two choices: start unemployed or manage a club side. I'll choose manage a club side and just hit the confirm button, and I'll select Chelsea because it's my favorite club, as you people know. Confirm, and you'll just see the splash up Chelsea appoint football. I mean, you could just put your real name, it's pretty good. And there's a option of you posting it to Twitter. uh, then this is the team report. You could just view the report. Falcao, Higuain, and Rossi are needed in the team. Well, okay. And its final thing is the budget that the club is giving to me, and that's 49 million euros. You could I'll just explain you these buttons on the left hand side of. So this is the home button. You could just have see fixtures, results, next match, the division in which you are playing, player stats, finances, competition, and this is the overall confidence. So this is a bit of a hotkey thing. You could just click the fixtures and result, and it will show you all the fixtures you have. Oops, just then next match you could just see the gameplay, and you could also see like who's the star player, the possible lineup, the formation, and you could just see this is their main player, star player, Christian Ribeiro. I don't know, frankly speaking. This is the league table. which you could select, and as you all know, it's sorted according to alphabetical order at the start of the season. Then this is competitions. In this you can see the last time's winners. See, since this Manchester City won this thing, so okay. And you could also see FA Cup is won by them. Okay, so this is basically the home keys. Player stats aren't available because it's just started. Oh, first of all, this mail button, you could just see what are the mails you have got, and this is the news links column. The news links are the thing in which you could just get overview of the player you're linked with, or you know, this is the manager thing, and this is the club which you are linked with. uh, Next up is this is basically a team logo. Since they don't have the rights for the Premier League clubs, they are putting one logo which is similar to the Chelsea color, I mean the jersey color. So the first team will show you the players in the first team. Thibaut Courtois, Felipe Luis, Cesar Azpilicueta, as we all know, good players. And as you could see, these are the circle, and this top one is basically loaned out players and players who are on international duty. These players in the green ones are on out on loan, and the one which are stopped and black are on international duty. See, this is Christian Atsu is both loaned out as well as he's representing the country, so you could just see happy to be representing his country. Uh, Next up in this is this reserves. Uh, this is basically a bit of problem in the Premier League club and in Syria, I guess. You can't see the reserved players, and they just put random players in this. You can offer them contract, uh, but in teams like Real Madrid and I mean the Bundesliga and the La Liga squads, you have some second division teams like Real Madrid have RM Castilla, Barcelona B, Barcelona that have, and I guess Bayern also have Bayern Munich 2, Dortmund 2, in which they are the young prodigies which are growing. Um, Next up in this column has to be is tactics. In this you can see how the club is lined up. Okay, so and also you can see uh, the substitution, the reserves in a hotkey manner. And so this is a bit simpler. Then it's the division, as I earlier said, the league table. Training, you can assign specific training to specific players. See, this is since it's a keeper, uh, defending, attacking, but it doesn't make any sense to give them defending or attacking. And all players are generally given fitness because that's the major criteria for them, because with fitness they can play more. Attacking, definitely you have to give it to strikers. Defending or attacking, I'm so sorry. Next one is the fixtures. As I already discussed in the home key about fixtures, the fixtures which are coming up for the team, it's Premier Division, and as soon as the draws for Champions Cup, FA Cup, and the Capital One Cup are drawn, you could just see these updated. Next would be finances. In this finances, you could see. I'm so sorry. Uh, you could just see how your club is, no, the state is, and the transfer budget, the wage budget, what's the current and what's the maximum wage you're giving to a player. Um, Next would be info. So it's just about the information of your club. uh, so it's Chelsea reserves England, and name of the manager. Status is professional because we are playing in the top flight club. Then next is the English Premier Division. Then is European Champions Cup in which you are playing. Then the stadium capacity and the training facilities. Alright, this column is done. So next up is the manager column, in which you have manager options, board confidence, manager profile, manager history, trophy cabinet, holiday, board request, and game status. Manager options, there are basically two things you can do. Is just click this is the assistant manager will take care of your club friendly matches, and you need not manually play with them. So next is the assistant manager loaning out players, all age under 19, 20, 21, or 24. I won't do the. I'll just click all age 24 or under and hit confirm. So it gets confirmed and it goes back to the previous screen. Then is the board confidence. Board confidence is just how you're doing and what are your chances of getting sacked, or what are how your club owner is happy with you, how's your relationship with the team, overall competitions, matches, transfers, finances, harmony. So overall is basically these all factors. Competitions means how you are doing in various competitions. I mean, if you lose and are eliminated, then you might see the competitions bar going backwards. Matches, the way you win, the way you lose, if the bar goes towards either right or left. If you win more, then it's going towards the right, and if losing, it would be left, and it would change green and red respectively. Transfers is how you manage your transfers, which players you bring in. The better top flight players you bring in, the better would be your confidence, both confidence of your transfer acumen. Next is finances, how you handle your finances. Well, this is one important factor of how you manage your finances. And next is the harmony. I mean, how your players are, you know, are going with you. How are they having relations? So it is a pretty close and good. They've made it pretty good this game, and it's very thinkable, and it's a pretty realistic situation of how in the real football life you could see that a player is not happy with its manager, and if it's a star player, then even the board worries that they may lose their star, and they may have to fire you or find some other alternatives like selling the player. uh, Next up is the manager profile. It's the club you manage, the nationality, your nationality. Then it's few factors, attributes, that is club player by player loyalty, means how many players you retain. Domestic player bias, if you're playing for an England club, then how many English players have you brought. Financial control, how you spend. Transfer acumen, which players you bring in. The better players you bring in, the better is the transfer acumen. And youth policy is how you manage your youth players. Another on, and the reputation, your reputation is, since I've just started it, it's local. And on the right hand side you could just see career stats. I've just started, so no league titles, no cup titles, no player. This is the amount of players spent, amount spent on getting in the players, and this is the amount on players being sold. And when you get into the rank, it will flash your manager rank. And another one is the manager points. Manager points decide how well you pan out against another managers. And in this manager profile, you could also see that this percentage wise. So it's currently showing 10 out of 10. Once you play, win, lose, it will show the players, the victories and your defeats percentage wise. So it's another good system of this game. Next up is manager history. Since it's just my first competition, so no history. You could again watch this in person, club history by competition and international history. Trophy cabinet, of course, League One, cup wins, promotion, relegation, sackings, awards, and events. So events is just hired as the manager of Chelsea. Holiday, you could just take holiday for next match, 1 week, 1 month. uh, since it's a match over here, or else you could, it's an option of 1 day over here. And when you go for a holiday, you can also just select these options, reject all offers. These are the options that your uh, assistant manager will imply and won't do. Is the board request. It's generally make extra funds, for transfer funds, wage, rebuild the squads, expand stadium. Since the training facilities are superb and academy and the best, so it will not be anything. And another one is offer resignation, which is new, and it was not there. This feature wasn't there in FMH 14. Game status 13 minutes and 16 seconds. It's addictiveness. How you are addicted, how much are you addicted to this game. This is the club managed, the way your engine is, and my battery level and device type. Okay, next is this world. So club division, I've explained this to you already. Continental, Real Madrid won the Champions Cup last season. They completed the La Decima, which was a good feat. First club in the world to do this. Next is Sevilla, who won the Europa. And Super Cup was Bayern. World Championship was Bayern. International World Cup Germany qualifying, it's going on. And Euro was won by Spain and Confed by Brazil. England, it will show this once again how the English clubs panned out last season. And finally the league standards, which is a quite new feature in FMH 15, but this will show which club has better standards. So Spain is on first, Germany second, third is England, fourth Brazil, fifth Portugal, sixth Italy, seventh Russia, eighth France, Ukraine, and so on. And as and when we go on, the ratings better, and especially you could see Holland jumping up to the better order, and because Holland has some really good talents which are coming up. So you need you could see them just rising above the order. And also you could see Brazil going down, because Brazil is the place where majority of the stars are brought into Europe, and in fact I would say all over the world, because Brazil is pretty much this continent. I'm sorry, the country which gives out. In fact, South America entirely is the continent which gives out. You could see Colombians, Argentine, Brazilians, playing all around the globe, and they are so talented. Undoubtedly, this Europeans are good, but Argentines and Brazilians are very hardworking. And so frankly speaking, Argentina is one of my favorite teams in South America. Uh, so we are done with league standards, and now is the search. This is one of the most important things in this game, I will say, because this is the way how you make or you mar your career in this game. You can play with the same squad, but it is advised that you change your squad regularly, and this is the criteria which other managers also follow in real life. You need to bring in new players, you need to sell old players, you should rotate your squad, and you should try new things. So we have scout results, player search, shortlist, jobs, transfers, find clubs, scouting agency, and player comparison out here. Scout results, there won't be any scout results because I've just started with it, so no scout results as such. Then next is the player search. This is one of the most key things you have to do in this game. See, this is the thing how the players are interested, the how which players you can bring in. This is the one of the most important columns, and I will explain you everything in this in the detail. And you could just see from very free players like Victor Valdez and Peter Trauschke are available. And this is the way how we have to do. Unfortunately, Trotsky wasn't given a new contract. Shortlist. The player for which you make negotiations or scout will automatically come into your shortlist. Um, this is an easy way to find your players' jobs. Is the available jobs. Currently, only Fulham, Bolton, Leyton Orient, Hartlepool, Port Vale, and Tamworth have available jobs. And since I'm playing only with England, I happen to have only jobs from England. If you select multiple nations, then you'll have jobs from many other nations. So this is how it goes out. And then comes transfers. Since it's just the beginning, uh, you can't see any transfers happening, but as and when this carries on, you could just see transfers coming in, the loans, the new players bought, new old players sold. And also another good column that has been added is view rumors. And view rumors is how close a player is signed to a player for a team. And good. And there are options in view like the famous players and or clubs, the current division, or your club players. Then next is find find club. In this you can find the national club from which you have to buy players. um, I mean, see, if you want to buy players, for example, from Bosnia and Herzegovina, just click confirm, and all the Bosnian and Herzegovinian clubs would be available. But I'm just telling you because this is one of the most important things you have to do in this game. And if you want to see Bosnia and Herzegovina's national team, just hit national and national team column given in the left bottom. So you could just see Janek, Zeko, Said Lasanic. I'm so sorry if I spelled it said wrongly. Asmir Bagovic. This player is very good. Um, all right then, and also in search we have scouting agency. Scouting agency is how well the players are in this game. Yaya Toure is best, second is Aguero, third Eden Hazard, Van Persie, David Silva, Ozil, Thibaut Courtois, Mata. That's the way players are. Uh, and the final thing is player comparison. In this you could just select the recent players, and in this these are players of my clubs. These are the players I just recently clicked. And then famous players like Buffon, Casillas, Petr Cech, Thibaut Courtois, Neuer, Valdez, PK. um, so it's just good. And you could also see the player value on the right hand side. So Frank Lampard is my favorite. I and yeah, I just apparently forgot to tell you about this. Also, this was just about the club. My bad. Scouting agency. These are just the national team, and also you can view who are the great players of your national side. So Thibaut Courtois, Eriksen, Coutinho. And if you want to maintain this national players criteria, you could just sign them up. Or and even in world, you could just see the greatest players: Neymar, Thibaut Courtois being the next. Senior ratings of the world: Messi, Ronaldo, Luis Suarez, as always. So this is pretty good. And we are done with the search column, and I'm sure this is one important column, and I'll make it a point to make this record a YouTube video on search, especially because this is the way how you will perform in this game, and you need this very daily. And finally is the settings. Exit game is definitely to exit the game. Hall of Fame is how your managers have panned out and how good your managers are. Since I've just joined this, so there won't be any manager, but yes, I've gone to number one position in the managers Hall of Fame record. Then achievements, you could just see achievements in this column. You have to unlock them all. Then preferences, I told you during the start of the video that I'll talking about preferences, so you could just select the currency of this in which you're going to use. Automatically weekly save, wage view, you can be monthly and yearly as well. And sounds, there aren't any sounds in this game. Then user interface, you could just see, it doesn't really matter much. One, you have to just always keep on checking your unlockables. So no loan restrictions, I've just clicked on because I don't need any loan restrictions. I'm so sorry. Then finally is the social networking. Twitter, that's the only thing available, and legally or privacy, we won't get into much detail of this because next is the Twitter options. You could just log into your Twitter and post stuff. Scrapbook is basically one thing about, you could just keep it in players which you like and import it in any other game. Save game, you'll just save this, and save game is how you progress. And so it's saving. It's taking a bit time because of screen recording, and it's done. So thank you people for watching this video, and make sure you like, comment and subscribe. Thank you so much.